So let's go and ask Claude Code using the Playwright MCP server, visit the page that we're at, and view the new chat button. I want that button to look the same as the other links below for courses and try asking. Make sure this is left aligned and that the border is removed. Before it starts taking this action, it's going to ask me for approval for these particular tools. We'll see that it will visit that page, take a screenshot, and do what's necessary. Let's follow that and not ask for permission each time to use this particular tool. We can see here that the browser has opened a new tab programmatically to our page to take a screenshot. We'll ask Claude Code to take that screenshot and analyze what it sees. Here it can see the exact issue that's happening, and instead of us manually having to take the screenshots necessary, it can programmatically fix itself. We could have a more specific prompt as well that keeps asking Claude Code to make those changes necessary. Since I don't have auto accept on, I can see the change that's being made in VS Code. And right out of the box, I don't see a border and background with this new change. That looks good to me. Let's make those changes and continue making other changes. I can see left align looking good, and any other changes that need to be made here. It's going to take another screenshot to verify that the changes it's made look correct, that it has the right icon prefixes used to match other sections. With that in mind, let's go see how we did. I'm going to refresh the page, and it's looking good. It's got an extra plus here, so why don't we go ahead and ask it to take that out? But it's left aligned, and it's using the icon that we liked before. So let's go ahead and fix this up and say there are now 2 plus icons. Remove the one closer to the text plus new chat. We can see here there's already a plus in the HTML content, so we'll remove that, and let's see what's done here. So instead of adding that extra plus, we can see here what's being done. If we need another snapshot, we can visit and take a snapshot necessary. As we can see here, Claude Code saw there was not an open tab, so it fixed itself, opened it up again, and took the necessary screenshot. Let's see what that looks like now. Much better. As you can imagine, building complex interfaces using tools like MCP Playwright makes building, designing, and testing a breeze. We made some really nice front-end changes. Let's now go and visit the backend. Like we did before, we're going to start fresh, and instead of building off of this conversation, we're going to start with a new one. So let's clear the conversation history and start again. This time, we want to build some features on the backend. So let's put in a prompt, talk about what's going to be done here. I need to add another tool that allows me to visit a particular course, and for each of those courses, see the lesson number and the lesson title and description about that as well. Right now, the data that I get when I take a look at a course is relatively high level. Let's see what I mean. What we're going to ask Claude Code to do here is to make a change to our searchtools.py file. Let's take a look at that. And in this file, we can see right now that we just have one tool for searching content and getting details about that particular course. This second tool is going to allow us to get more descriptive information for each of the lessons in these courses. So let's see what Claude can do. As we've done previously, let's make a plan and make sure we're first okay with that plan before we start making changes to individual files. Claude Code can see the current architecture, how to implement the outline tool, and since we have that Claude MD previously, it's going to more quickly be able to understand what needs to be done. We can take a look at what needs to be implemented. We can make sure that we're doing the right things in the right files. We can see that once we create this tool, we update the system prompt to make sure that we get that additional data, and then we register that tool in our RAG system. As always, if there's anything we want to change or suggest, we can do that now. But let's see what Claude Code can do for us. If this works as expected, we should be able to ask questions about a course and get much more detail for those particular lessons in the course. We can see here that not only are we modifying the underlying Python code, but also the system prompt, and here we're registering that new tool that we've made. Once we've finished our to-do list, we can head back to the browser and see what things look like and if this has been implemented correctly. We'll see a nice summary of what's been made, and we can always change things at any point in time. Back in the browser, let's go ahead and try asking for some information about a course. If this works as expected, we should be able to get more detailed information, including a link for that particular course. Here, we can see the names of the lessons, and if we would like, we can even build additional functionality to get sources for each one of those. In the next lesson, we'll talk about what happens when things go wrong and how we can use Claude Code to debug, to write tests, and make sure that we feel confident in the software that we're writing alongside Claude Code.